page
Huh?
for the measure the progress of the task
Okay.
when I assign it. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So okay. And more to be precise, how do you measure your speaking progress
Ah,
or listening comprehension progress?
mm, I I feel that it's better, but in class I see the, ¿cómo se diría? Que me falta mucho todavía para aprender.
Have a long way ahead.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, Jorge. Good morning. How's it going?
I'm fine. And you, teacher?
Doing great. Thanks. Okay, Jorge. I have a question for you. Jorge, how do you measure your progress in speaking and listening? How do you measure that?
Because uh, I have the when I take an interview obviously in English, or for example when I take the explain, or talk in the meet.
Mhm.
uh, well, I speak a little bit fluid,
Okay.
um, when uh, a little bit more uh, before uh, the past.
Okay.
Um, Maybe two in the class. Uh, I understand more your questions. Maybe answer a little bit better. Um, I think that maybe uh, formulate better the phrase, or
Okay. Okay. All right. I get it. I get it. Gotcha. Okay, Jorge. Well, I'm asking you this because I want to share with you a web page that can help you to improve, let's say, not improve, but at least measure your progress in English. Okay. And okay, so that page is this one right here, which is from Cambridge. Mhm. Cambridge Assessment English. Okay, I'm gonna post the link so you can have it right there. Okay, so what is this for? This is called a mock test. So what is a mock test? This is a name. Mock test. It's a kind of like fake test. Mhm. It's a fake test that you can watch, so you can have an idea how people measure. I mean, when I say people, I mean schools, for example, right? So, for example, if you're going to have a certification in English, you're going to have this kind of tests, which is mock test. Now, you're gonna have in this web page a lot of resources that you can use for that matter. So, for example, right here it says speaking assessment. Mhm. So, for example, you click on that one, and what you're going to see is a video, a YouTube video regarding a, an English test by Cambridge. So, for example,
From Holland. I'm from Haarlem. It's near to the west coast of Holland.
And you, Annie?
And I'm from Zurich, Switzerland.
Are you working or studying at the
I'm
moment?
studying at the moment, but now I'm right now taking a gap year, so obviously I'm not studying English. But
And you?
I'm having a gap year. I finished my high school this summer, and I'm going to university next.
okay, so you will have, this is a mock test, right? So you have many levels. You can watch advanced. I mean, this one is advanced, or for example, you can have A2, or this one right here.
How old are you?
For the
I'm
different
12
level,
years old.
for example,
Sorry?
is a different level, for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
on
It's
the
different.
level up for the you advance the
Exactly. Yeah.
the mock test, no?
A2 is something like upper beginner. No, it's beginner. A2 is beginner. B2 is something like
The middle, no? Or advance.
no, what was the name? The name is intermediate. And then B2 is upper intermediate. Yeah.
When you have the B2 is when you have the B2 saying the is enough, but because you have maintained the conversation, no?
Exactly. Yeah. B2 is upper intermediate, which means that you should be able to have a conversation fluently.
Okay.
Yeah. B2, it's like, okay, you can communicate a message, maybe not fluently, but you can communicate a message, right? But from B2 to C1 and C2, they hope to have a conversation fluently. So it's for levels. What is the name? Is it European framework? Something like that. El marco de referencia europeo, ¿no? Que ese es el que todo el mundo toma para los exámenes. Entonces, ok, ¿por qué está interesante esto? Porque, bueno, aquí ustedes pueden ver cómo es una prueba de speaking, por ejemplo, y aprender, ¿no? Sobre todo las clases de preguntas que les hacen. Eso también sirve mucho porque las entrevistas de trabajo en inglés son parecido a esto. Y ustedes lo saben, ¿no? Me imagino que lo saben. Se parece un poco a esto.
No, me estoy enterando, ojo. No tenía necesidad.
Sí, se parece bastante a esto. Entonces, esto les puede dar una idea, más o menos, de qué cosas decir, ¿no? Ahora, obviamente, en una entrevista de trabajo, pues es distinto, ¿no? Les van a preguntar cosas distintas, pero pueden analizar qué tanto comprenden, por ejemplo, de estos videos. So that can help you to have a better understanding of what you're doing in a interview like this. So, okay, so you can use it, right? And you can have a lot of...
One question. In how, ¿cómo hacerlo? How long time you recommend practice? Yeah. I don't know.
It's just quite simple. You need to pretend it's gonna be like a role play simulation. Okay, for example, if you watch this, you can pretend you're one of those students. And you can pretend that the person asking the questions is asking the questions to you. So how would you answer those questions, for example? If you heard.
Where do you live?
I live in Bucinasco, a little town near Milan.
Thank you. Asia, how old are you?
I have 12 years old.
Where do you live?
I live in Bucinasco near...
Okay, so if you think those are two basic questions, you can go for this one, right? So those are two basic.
We cook together and doing homework together.
Okay, and Kokwi, tell us about a good teacher you've had.
My good teacher, my economics teacher. His name is Darren. I like him because he gave us a lot of notes.
One thing you can do with those videos is to measure the time you can have an answer. So, for example, you hear that question and you can answer that question on your own. And timing, how much time can you maintain an answer, right? If it is too short, well, you need to practice more, right? So if at least, let's say, if you have an answer for at least 20 seconds or 30 seconds, that's going to be fine. That's going to be enough. But if you're under the 30 seconds, then that means you need to keep practicing more.
All right.
So you can measure your own the on-time response, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, that's gonna help. So, okay, we need to continue with this activity right here. Remember, we were analyzing how to say I was going to, or I was walking, I was talking, I was having a bad day, something like that. So, according to what we saw yesterday, by the way, who's here? Carla, good morning. How you doing?
Hi everyone, good morning. Fine, and you?
Doing fine, no complaint. Okay, Carla. Do you remember this topic, the last topic we saw?
Yeah, the past continuous, right?
Past continuous, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to what we saw the last class, can you please tell me how would you complete this sentence correctly?
Okay. It's Julia's friend delayed all Julia's music files when she was using her computer.
Exactly. Right, perfect. Okay, thanks. And okay, Victor, how would you complete number 3?
Is Roberto and his friend tried to look cool when they were walking into a glass door? No, suena.
Not exactly.
Robert and his friend were trying to look cool when they walked into a glass door.
Exactly. Yeah, we're trying to look cool when they walk.
Trying to look cool.
Glass door. So remember the progression, right? So they were trying to look cool. That was in progress. And then that progression was interrupted by the fact that they walked into a glass door. Pues bueno, estaban intentando hacer eso, ¿no? Y esa progresión se vio interrumpida por el hecho de que se estrellaron contra una puerta de cristal. Okay, all right. So Isaac's here. Okay, Isaac, good morning. How's it going?
Hi, teacher. Fine, and you?
It's going fine, thank you. Okay, Isaac, were you here the last class? I think no, right?
No, teacher.
No, okay. So we are analyzing something called past continuous. What do you know, Isaac, about past continuous? Do you have an idea?
Yes, maybe you use this time when, for example, you interrupt an action of. Yes, I think that's it. For example, if you say I play soccer when, you need to use this time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Past continuous is quite useful when you want to tell a story to someone. So when you're telling a story, you can use past continuous in past, right? So I was having class when the teacher told me that I should study more because I didn't have enough comprehension. So I told him that I have been working on, well, that's another tense, but I had been working on my English since I was 12 years old and whatever. You can tell a story using past continuous. I was doing this and I was doing that when I discovered that I was doing something wrong. So I asked my friend for help and she didn't tell me nothing because she was at work. So I kept looking for my own responses. So you can use did and past continuous to tell a story in past. So you can switch from past continuous to did. So for example, when you say I was having a bad day when I met you. So what did I say, for example, in that one, Carla? I was having a bad day when I met you at the subway, let's say.
How I say?
So what is that in Spanish? If I say I was having a bad day When I met you at the subway, what is that in Spanish?
Estaba teniendo un mal día cuando te conocí en el metro.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. So, for example, Jorge, if I say something like, I was taking classes with my English teacher when the light went off. What did I say, Jorge, in that one?
Could you repeat the phrase?
I was taking my English class when the light went off.
Estaba tomando mi clase de inglés cuando, ¿qué?
When the light went off.
When the light?
When the light went off, yeah. When the light went off. What do you think?
¿Apagaron la luz?
Ajá, cuando la luz se fue.
Oh, ok.
Go off es como decir se fue, ¿no? When the light went off.
Ok. Thank you.
All right, yeah. Okay, Victor, if I say something like, they were working on a project when they realized that something was missing.
Ellos estaban trabajando en un proyecto.
Okay, they were working on a project. They were working on a project when they realized that something was missing. So they were working on a project when they realized.
Ellos estaban trabajando en un proyecto cuando hicieron o realizaron algo que se perdió.
Realized means darse cuenta. That's in past. When they realized would be cuando se dieron cuenta.
Cuando se dieron cuenta que algo se había perdido.
Exactly. Okay. Exactamente. Entonces, se dan cuenta, todas esas ideas tienen algo en común, ¿no? ¿Qué tienen en común? So, Isaac, according to what you saw, what does ideas have in common?
Maybe the phrase when.
When.
And the first part, you use the past verb to be in past and the verb with ing.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that's a good observation, of course. So when it's a good phrase to join two clauses, to join past continuous with simple past. If you pay attention, this sentence right here is in past continuous. And then you join that sentence with past simple. They realized it's past simple. I mean, you're using did in that one, right? So, okay. All right. Okay, so it says here, use past continuous. Okay, now, Carla, would you mind reading this part right here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Use the past continuous, yeah.
Yeah.
Use the past continuous to set the background for a story tell about events in progress in the past. Use the simple past for complete actions in the past.
Okay, all right. So how would you read the text?
Okay. I was walking to a woman and I missed my step. I wasn't paying attention. We were trying to look cool and we walked into a glass door. We weren't looking. A friend of mine deleted all my music files when she was using my computer. When my friend was using my computer, she deleted all my music files.
Exactly. Okay. And that's why they remark the word when. Okay, so if you pay attention here, you will see that a friend of mine deleted all my music files when she was using my computer. So like we said, we have did in this sentence, and then in this other sentence we have past continuous, right? Okay, so I think it's quite clear. Do you have any questions with past continuous? Oh.
No, it's clear.
No, teacher, it's okay.
Okay, so then we can move on to the next part of the conversation, which is this one. Okay, so it's okay. Itzel's here. Itzel, good morning. How you doing? Are you there?
Hey,
Yeah.
teacher. Good morning.
Good morning. Itzel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. Itzel, do you have an
Okay.
idea? Do you know how past continuous works?
Yeah, we checked this topic last classes, right? When we are talking that we using was word depending of the subject, and then we use it the verb in ing form, and this is the progressive sentence, and then we need to connect with a sentence in past that stop the other phrase that was in progressive, right?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Itzel. All right. So there are 5 of us. And by the way, whenever you want to say somos 5, nunca digan esto, ¿no? So we are 5. Did you know that?
Perdón, no,
Ajá.
no entendí.
Si ustedes alguna vez quieren decir, somos 5, somos 4, somos 2, somos 7, somos 20. Cuando quieran decir el número de personas que conforman un grupo, no digan we are 5. ¿Por qué no? Porque se entiende, si dicen we are 5, se entiende que somos número 5. Somos el número 5. Ahora, si quieren decir hay 5, somos 5 en el sentido de que hay 5 personas en este grupo. There are 5 of us. There are 5 of us. There are 5 of us. Somos, o sea, ambos se traducen como somos 5. Si dicen we are 5, somos 5. There are 5 of us, somos 5. Pero si dicen we are 5, se entiende, somos el grupo número 5. O sea, imagínense que hay muchos grupos, ¿no? Y bueno, ¿qué grupos son ustedes? We are 5. Somos el 5. Grupo
Ahí
5.
sí, ¿no?
Ajá. O sea, esto es como somos el grupo 5 de muchos grupos que hay, ¿no? A lo mejor hay 10 grupos, nosotros somos el 5. El grupo 5. Pero si quiere decir que somos 5 en el grupo, dirían esto mejor, there are 5 of us. Bueno, es un comentario. Entonces, okay, bueno, so there are 5 of us, which means that we can have 1 per person. So, Victor Arevalo, you're going to complete number 1. Jorge, you're going to complete number 2. Carla, you're going to complete number 3. Isaac, number 4. And finally, Itzel, number 5. So what you have to do here is complete the anecdotes with the past continuous or simple past. Then close your book, take turns retelling the anecdotes to a partner. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're just going to complete this part using either simple past or past continuous. Okay, so let's say you have, well, if you're done, you can tell me.
Yeah, number 1. I was having lunch in a cafe yesterday when the server accidentally spilled tomato sauce on my shirt. I guess he not pay attention. I guess he was not paying attention. I was upset, but wasn't paying.
Sorry, I wasn't paying.
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I don't read the.
Yeah, well, he wasn't paying attention. I was upset.
I was upset, but I got my lunch for free. I got it. No.
I got, yeah.
Yeah. Got.
I got.
Yeah. The very scared. Yeah. I got my lunch.
Okay, exactly. He wasn't paying attention. Okay, who wasn't paying? Let's say. Okay, it's wasn't paying attention. Okay, so by the way, the past form of spill is spilled. She accidentally spilled tomato sauce on my shirt. I guess. Okay, so what is upset, Victor? What does the word upset mean?
Upset is como que me salí o me fui. I was, no sé.
Was upset. Upset means enojado.
Enojado. Upset es enojado.
Por ejemplo, no usen la palabra angry porque angry, si dices I was angry, estaba muy enojado, o sea, estaba casi al punto de la furia, ¿no? Entonces, I was angry. O sea, quieren decir, pues nada más estaba, pues medio me molesté, ¿no? Estaba molesto. Upset es eso, molesto. I was upset. Estaba molesto, but I got my lunch for free. Okay. So, in this case, you said I was having lunch, so you were in the middle of that action. I was having lunch in a cafe yesterday. Estaba yo en medio haciendo esta actividad, estaba yo almorzando en un café ayer cuando el mesero accidentalmente tiró salsa de tomate sobre mi camisa. So I guess he wasn't paying attention. Supongo que él no estaba prestando atención. I was upset, soy enojado, but I got my lunch for free. Pero bueno, obtuve mi almuerzo gratis. Si se dan cuenta, la diferencia aquí es que esto estaba en progreso. Yo estaba, desayunando, ¿no? Bueno, teniendo almuerzo. Estaba yo en medio, esa actividad todavía no la terminaba. Estaba yo en medio de eso. Ahí es cuando entra la interrupción de la progresión. Cuando el mesero de manera accidental o por accidente regó salsa de tomate. Eso es lo que interrumpe la progresión. Y eso es con did, ¿no? So I guess he wasn't paying attention. Supongo que no estaba prestando atención. Es algo continuo. Él no estaba haciendo eso. Yo estaba enojado, pero bueno, recibí mi almuerzo gratis. Ok. Bueno, Jorge, how would you complete number 2? But before we start, tell me, do you understand all the words in that phrase?
Okay, my friend, I were at because last week when we walking around the yard, she tripped.
Okay, when we walking like this, when we walking.
Walking,
Okay, but you're missing something. If you say we walking.
It's not correct.
It's correct, but you're missing one word. Te falta una palabra.
Yeah. Absolutely weird. Yeah.
Okay. What is that one? Where? Okay.
Where because it's in plural, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yep. When we were walking around the yard, she tripped. And fell.
Well.
Into the pond.
Okay. All right. I don't know what a pond means. Can you tell me, Jorge, what is a pond?
Pond?
I don't know.
Es how the estanque, como una cisterna, un estanque o algo así.
Vamos a ver, pond. Ajá, exactamente, small lake, estanque. Yeah. O charco también dice aquí.
Ajá.
Okay, into the pond. Okay, exactly. Entonces, okay, how do you pronounce this word, Jorge? This one. Barbecue.
It's barbecue?
Barbecue. At a barbecue. So when she says, my friend and I were at a barbecue last week, what is that in Spanish?
My friend and I were at barbecue last week. Mi amigo y yo. Mi amigo y yo. Ay. Mi amigo y yo estábamos en barbecue la semana pasada.
A la barbecue. Bueno, ¿sabes cómo se traduciría a la barbecue? Como decir, mi amigo y yo estábamos en la carnita asada. O en una carnita asada la semana
Un
ya.
asadito.
Una asadita.
Ok, mi amigo y yo estábamos en una carne asada la semana pasada.
Ajá.
Sí. Cuando estábamos caminando.
Ajá.
Ah,
Around the yard. ¿Qué será around the yard?
¿Sobre la yarda?
Alrededor del... Bueno, cuando estábamos caminando, walk around.
¿Alrededor de la yarda?
Del yard es patio. Entonces, cuando estábamos caminando por ahí en
Ya,
el patio.
ok, alrededor del patio. Ella se tropezó.
Ajá.
Y cayó en un estanque o en un charco.
Ajá. Exactamente. Así mismo. Ok, bueno, voy a cerrar la sesión, la vuelvo a abrir, ¿sale? No se vayan. Bueno, quién sabe cuándo va. Soy desesperado, perdón. Entonces, ok, a ver, mira, Itzel. So, Itzel, how do you measure your progress in English? I mean, your listening and your speaking progress. How do you measure that?
Maybe talking with another person, but I don't make this action. Maybe I don't.
Okay, all right. Okay. And Carla, tell me, how do you measure your progress in listening and speaking?
What is measure?
Measure es como medir.
Okay. Probably in the goals, no? If I understand, yeah, well, or yeah, because for me help me a lot the goals that I have in the work, and in our case, because probably it's for all. In New Zealand, they have a lot of different accents because they have a lot of culture, a lot of people of different culture. So yeah, for me, I mess in the calls if I understand well or not, or probably actually I identify the persons that for me it's difficult to understand. So if I understand probably a little better well than the past, I know that I improve my English. Yeah, because I identify the person that for me it's super difficult to understand. So yeah.
Okay, all right, I get it. Okay, so finally, Isaac, how do you measure your progress in listening and speaking? How do you realize that you're getting better?
Yes, teacher. Maybe understand. I try to hear, for example, music or movies, all the movies in English, and I try to understand well. But yes, to be honest, I think my yes, when I understand that I have more problems, I think is to understand other people, because maybe I understand people that speak English in Mexico, but when I speak with other people, for example, New Zealand or United States, I have problems to understand this part. But yes, I try to listen movies, music, and in internet. I have application to listen, for example, networks or different articles in English, and I try to understand.
Okay, right, sounds great. Okay, thank you. I'm asking you this because you can use something called mock test. You know, what is a mock test? Mock test, this is the name, right? Mock test.
Es como una simulación, ¿no?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a role play simulation. That's another name for the same thing. You can say mock test to simulate a conversation with someone. So in this page, I'm gonna post the link to you. So you can use this web page, which is from, from Cambridge, which means that, it's good quality. And then, okay, you have a lot of resources here, a lot of them. So for example, the ones that matter are speaking assessment. Those are mock tests. Okay, so you have it for levels. A1 is beginners, B2 is something like intermediate, B1, B2 is upper intermediate, C1 is advanced, and C2 is proficiency, which means, those are the most advanced ones, right? C1 and C2. So, for example, in my opinion, all of you are between B1, B2, and B1. So, which is intermediate. Okay, so you can use, for example, you click on that one, and what you're going to see is a mock
Good afternoon. My name is Jenny Cook, and this is my colleague Jenny Tennant. And your name, sir?
My name is Florine.
And my name is Maria.
Can I have your mark sheets, please?
Yes, of course.
Okay, of course. You can watch them with the subtitles or without them. I recommend you to watch them without titles and see how much do you understand. And I mean, what's the advantage of looking at this or watching this? It's because you can pretend that you're one of those students, right? Because the majority of tests in English, speaking tests, have this format. If you know, have you ever taken a certification exam, one of you? No?
No.
Okay, so
yeah, in my case, I have I think the last year.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I do this Cambridge certification B2.
Okay, all right.
For my university.
Okay, so was the speaking test something like this?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, probably in my case, speaking, for me, it was in that moment easy. But the part that was super, super difficult for me, it was reading, because the test, it was about the Brexit in England. And yeah, the text, it was very difficult because have a lot of words that I don't know about the Brexit. No, super specific words. For me, it was the very difficult part.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a cultural thing, right? That
yeah, exactly.
So that don't belong to us. So yeah, so you can use them. If you understood all the words, all the phrases in that one, you can move on to, let's say, C1 advanced or C2, right? And see how much you understand. So that's a good way to measure your speaking proficiency and your speaking fluency. So yeah, so you can use them. It's quite useful. So you can have an idea how to manage in a situation like that, which also works for job interviews. It's the same format for job interviews in English. They ask you your name, how old are you, tell me about your interests and all that. So you can have a you can measure, you can time your time response, which is also useful, like I was saying to Victor. So for example, if you were asked with one of those questions, and then you can time how much time can I maintain a response. So if you are under the 30 seconds, so for example, if I tell you something like, tell me about your hobbies, tell me about something about yourself. So that kind of question is quite common in any kind of interview. So at least you should be able to maintain a response for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's like the minimum, right? So if you're under that, I mean, if you realize that you get stuck under 30 seconds, well, it means that we should keep working on that. So it's a good time, it's a good way to measure your you know, your speaking performance. So I strongly recommend you to look at those, to have a look at it and see what happens. Okay, well, that's just an advice. And okay,
Yeah, thank you, teacher.
yeah, okay, so number 3, Carla, how would you complete number 3?
Okay. I demashed my parents' car last week. Dimash, yeah, Dimash with ed. Yeah. I was trying to park. I was trying to park. And my friend talked to me. And my friend talked to me.
Friends talk to me.
And I hit a wall.
Okay, now, and my friend talked to me. Es como, eso hizo, me habló y yo me estrellé contra un muro. O eso de hablar era algo que en progreso, es decir, me estaba hablando.
Okay. Oh, it's a good.
O sea,
yeah, and my friend, you're right. My friend was talk to me and I hit a wall.
Exactamente.
Como me estaba estacionando y mi amigo me estaba hablando y me estrellé, ¿no?
Exactamente.
Yeah, it's the same in past, hit,
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
now, okay, so how would you complete the sentence?
Yeah, I read this. I was trying to park and my friend was sold to me and I hit a wall. Now I have to pay for the repairs.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So damaged. By the way, we're going to go back to how to pronounce, the ed words, because it's difficult,
Yeah.
It's difficult to pronounce those ones. So, okay, yeah, that was perfect. Entonces yo dañé el coche de mis papás la semana pasada, estaba intentando estacionarme y mi amigo me estaba hablando y pues golpeé un muro. Ahora tengo que pagar las reparaciones. Daños. Ok, muy bien. Entonces, ok, Isaac, how would you complete number 4?
Yes, teacher. I was in chemistry
yeah,
class recently, and a classmate and I did an experiment when something.
Okay, I was in a chemistry class and a classmate and I did an experiment.
Did an experiment when something.
Okay.
Was going wrong.
When something was going wrong. There is something weird in that one.
Weird? Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Was going wrong. And the finally, I think, is I burned.
Okay. I burned my hand.
My hand, exact.
Okay. Okay. Are you sure, Isaac? Is that right? Let's have a look at it carefully.
I have a question. I think it maybe is change the place. For example, I was burning my hand.
Was burning my hand. Me estaba quemando mi mano. Ok, pero a ver, de acuerdo con lo que dijimos, aquí tienes un when, ¿no? O sea, when, ¿qué es lo que marca when?
Two sentences.
The sentences, exactly. So when you use when, you're joining simple past and you are joining past continuous. So when is the mark for interruption in the progression of past continuous. I was doing this when that happened. So we were taking classes when the light went off. Or you can use it the other way around. The light went off when we were taking classes. But in this one, so what is the continuous action in this one? I mean, what is the action that they were doing? So, ¿cuál es la acción que te parece que es la que está en progresión? Recuerda que aquí tienes esta acción, esta es una acción, y luego something, y luego wrong, ¿no? O sea, tú tienes que elegir cuál de esas, la que está detrás o la que está delante. That's my question. This one is the one was happening, or that
Okay, teacher. And I think is I was did. I was done.
Okay, my friend and I. So, and a classmate and I. So now, when you say and a classmate and I, so estábamos haciendo un experimento.
Yes. Yes. I was doing an experiment when something went wrong.
When something went wrong. Exactly. Entonces, sí. Entonces estábamos haciendo eso cuando algo salió mal. Eso que salió mal fue en un solo momento, ¿no? No fue progresivo. O sea, cuando algo salió mal, pues es que fue en un solo momento. Entonces, ahora, aquí dice, I was in a chemistry class recently and a classmate and I were doing. ¿Por qué were? Porque el activo son dos yo. O sea, yo estaba en una clase de química recientemente y un amigo, bueno, un compañero de clase y yo, es decir, eso es lo equivalente a decir we, ¿no? Entonces necesitamos.
Yes.
We're doing an experiment when something went wrong, cuando algo salió mal. Eso no es progresivo, o sea, eso es algo que así de la nada, pum, algo salió mal. Estábamos haciendo eso cuando, pácatelas, algo salió mal. Ahora, aquí, I burned. Bueno, aquí podrías decir ambas cosas. Realmente ambas cosas, ¿no? Puedes decir, I burned my hand, me quemé la mano, ¿no? I burned my hand, o I was burning my hand. Que bueno, si dices I was burning my hand, quiere decir que no sientes dolor, ¿no? Porque eso es inmediato, o sea, no es algo como que en progresión. Si tú pones la mano al fuego, te vas a quitar inmediatamente. O sea, no hay espacio para que haya progresión en esa acción, ¿no? En ese caso en particular, si tú dices I was burning my papers, bueno, pues sí, estaba yo quemando mis, ¿cómo se llama? Mis papeles, ¿no? O I was burning a cigarette, o I was burning lo que sea, estaba yo quemando algo. Pero ahí, pues, no, el punto es ver si esta acción acepta progresión o no la acepta. Dado este contexto, pues no podríamos decir I was burning, ahorita que me acuerdo, I was burning my hand, sino I burned my hand. Se me quemé mi mano. Ok, bueno. Entonces, yeah, okay, thank you, Isaac. And finally, it's cell number 5. How would you complete number 5?
Yeah. Last week I was on the bus and I was talking to my girlfriend on my cell phone.
Okay.
Actually, Uh, we were having a long argument.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, we I don't know how to make this part, but maybe we not get along at the time.
Okay, get along means llevarse bien. Llevarse bien. Ahora, in that case, you need to use an auxiliary verb para decir, okay,
We are not getting along time.
we are not getting along. No nos estamos llevando bien en aquel entonces. Eso dirías. Dijeras, we are not getting
Okay,
along.
no, it was on the in the ing form for we were not get along, or you change the word along with ing.
In that case, you need to use we didn't. We didn't. No nos llevábamos bien. En ese entonces, at that time, entonces, we didn't get along. We didn't get along very well at that time. No nos llevábamos chido, ¿no? En ese entonces.
When I end the call,
Okay.
I realized that everyone on the bus were listening. How embarrassing.
Exacto. Exactly, we're listening. Okay, todo el mundo estaba escuchando, ¿no? When I ended, el pasado de end es este.
Yeah,
so okay. When I ended the call, I realized that everyone was were listening. How embarrassing. Exactly. Now, remember that I told you that have is one of those verbs that cannot go in the ing form. You need to have that in mind. Have cannot go in the ing form when it means own or have. I mean, you cannot say something like this. You cannot say something like this. I was having money. That's impossible. I was having money. ¿Por qué? Porque es una state action. Have cuando significa...
Fue lo que nos mencionaba el día de ayer en la clase, que no se podían algunos verbos poner en with the ing.
Yeah.
Que era missing, miss, have y... Ay, había otro que no recuerdo, pero...
Mean también. Mean, own. Pero bueno, el punto es que solo no se puede, únicamente no se puede cuando significa tener. O sea, cuando significa poseer, ser dueño de algo. Sin embargo, sí puedes decir esto, ¿no? I was having a bad day. Porque ahí having no significa, aunque la traducción sea estaba teniendo un mal día, tú no estás teniendo el día, no eres, vaya, no es como que lo seas el dueño, este es mi día y lo estoy teniendo mal. O sea, estaba yo experimentando. Ahí have significa más como pasando.
¿Se podría entender que es como un acontecimiento y sí se podría usar?
Ajá, o sea, cuando significa estoy pasando un mal día. Ahí having significa pasar o pasar un mal momento. O estamos, aquí también sí se puede, estábamos teniendo una larga discusión. Argument es discusión. Ahora, cuando dicen teniendo, no se refieren a tener de poseer, ¿no? Sino estábamos llevando a cabo. Have significa eso, estábamos llevando a cabo, estábamos teniendo una larga conversación, pero no es que la tuvieras, que fueras dueño o dueña de la conversación, sino que estabas llevando a cabo eso. No sé si me explico a qué me refiero. Más o menos. ¿Sí? ¿No?
Sí, que no es como la traducción en español, ¿no? De que normalmente dices estoy, o yo tenía un oso o algo así, o sea, realmente en inglés no existe como el tema.
Exacto. Sí, inclusive en español tampoco hace sentido, ¿no? Decir, yo estaba teniendo, o a lo mejor sí, no sé, estaba teniendo dinero, estaba teniendo una casa, estaba teniendo un celular. O sea, ahí no se puede, ¿no? Pero bueno, ok, es eso, ¿sale? Bueno, ya la siguiente clase vamos a trabajar con algo, bueno, vamos a usar Youglish, ¿sale? Para estar viendo cosas. Estuvo muy bien, Estuvo muy bien. Y bueno, vamos a quedarnos con esto, ¿sale? Nos vemos el día, ¿qué? El día martes. So, see you on Tuesday. Take care, guys.
See you,
Nice
teacher.
weekend.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you,
Alright.
teacher. Bye.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Bye.
teacher. Take care.
Alright. Take care.